Hey, Raiders Nation! Let's break down something every fan needs to know: the toughest and easiest matchups on the Las Vegas Raiders schedule this season. Now, people always talk about strength of schedule, but forget the rankings. What really matters is who we're playing and when. The Raiders are sitting right in the middle this year, ranked 16th out of 32 teams. But numbers don't always tell the full story. Teams change every season, and this Raiders squad? It's not the same as last year. I've gone through every single matchup, and I'm counting them down from the easiest game all the way to the hardest. Trust me, some of these will surprise you. But before we dive into the latest news, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the video, and smash the bell icon so you never miss a single update on your Las Vegas Raiders. Let's get into it. All right, let's kick things off with what I believe will be the easiest game of the season, Week 12 at home against the Cleveland Browns. Their quarterback situation hasn't been great, and they'll be coming off a tough game against the Ravens. It's the kind of setup where the Raiders could absolutely take control early. But hey, let's not forget, every season, there's that one game we should win, but don't. And yeah, there's always one we pull off that nobody saw coming. Could this be one of those games? Maybe. Still, I'm marking it as the easiest for now. Coming in at number 16, Week 17 against the New York Giants. The Giants finished their season with mostly NFC games. The Raiders are the only AFC opponent in that stretch. That means this might not be the highest priority for them, but for us, it's a golden opportunity. All right, Raiders fans, let's keep rolling. We've already covered the two easiest games of the season, and now we're moving into matchups that might not be a walk in the park, but still lean in our favor. Number 15 on the list, Week 6 versus the Tennessee Titans. Now this game could be tricky, but let's be real. 3 road games in a row? That's brutal for any team, especially a young one like the Titans. Yes, their defense might surprise some people and Cam Ward could turn some heads, but with the Titans already worn down from travel, the Raiders can absolutely take advantage here. At 14, Week 5 against the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are going to stick to the ground. Run-heavy, old-school football. But guess what? This Raiders defense is built to stop exactly that. Our defensive line is strong, and this matchup is indoors, which gives our offense an extra edge. As long as the secondary holds up, this should be a game where the Raiders control the tempo and walk away with a win. Number 13, Week 1, the season opener versus the New England Patriots. Week 1 is always a wild card. Teams are fresh, strategies are hidden, and anything can happen. But on paper, the Raiders are simply a better football team. Expect the silver and black to come out hungry, aggressive, and ready to make a statement in their very first game. And sitting at number 12, Week 9 versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Both teams will be coming off a bye week, which usually means both sides are well rested and well prepared. In these kinds of games, coaching becomes the deciding factor. If the Raiders' coaching staff steps up, this could turn into a key mid-season victory. These matchups might not be easy, but they're the kind of games that great teams find a way to win. And if the Raiders want to make noise this year, it starts with grabbing every possible win from these kinds of opportunities. Let's keep breaking down the Las Vegas Raiders schedule, moving into the matchups that are starting to get tougher, but still winnable with the right approach and intensity. Number 11, Week 11 versus the Dallas Cowboys. This one's big. The Raiders are coming off a Thursday night game the week before, which means extra rest and more time to prepare. Nearly a week and a half. When you give a coaching staff that kind of breathing room, it can change everything. More time to heal, more time to strategize, more time to win. And against a strong Dallas squad, every edge matters. At this point in the season, preparation could be the difference. Number 10, Week 14 against the Denver Broncos. Here's what makes this matchup interesting. The Broncos face 2 playoff-level teams right before this game, Washington and Kansas City. That's a lot of wear and tear. Combine that with the energy of a home crowd in Las Vegas, and this feels like a perfect chance for the Raiders to capitalize. Denver will come in swinging. It's an AFC West rivalry after all. But this one lines up well for the silver and black. Number 9, Week 2, The home opener versus the Los Angeles Chargers. This is where the atmosphere is going to be electric. Monday Night Football, division rival. First home game of the season. The Raiders are going to feed off that crowd. You can bet Allegiant Stadium will be packed with silver and black. It won't be easy. The Chargers always bring heat. But this one feels like a statement game. A chance for the Raiders to say, "This is our house." These three games, Cowboys, Broncos, and Chargers, are what define a season. They're not easy wins, but they're possible wins. And great teams don't shy away from pressure. They thrive in it. We're getting into the heart of the Raiders' 2025 schedule, the kind of games that truly test character, depth, and grit. These are the matchups where one mistake can cost you, but one spark can ignite a win. Number 8. Week 13 versus the Los Angeles Chargers. This is the second time these division rivals meet. And if history tells us anything, it's that the Raiders and Chargers tend to split their matchups. The intensity will be high, the rivalry even higher. The Raiders know what's at stake this late in the season, especially in a game like this. Don't be surprised if this one comes down to a final drive. That's just how AFC West battles go. Number 7. Week 4 versus the Chicago Bears. Now, this might raise some eyebrows, but hear this out. The Bears travel well, and last time they played at Allegiant Stadium, their fans showed up in huge numbers. This won't feel like a standard home game. Add in the fact that the Raiders will be coming off a road trip the week before, and it sets the stage for a tough matchup. Chicago has improved. Their offensive line is stronger, and if their rookie quarterback plays sharp, it could get interesting. Still, if the Raiders come in focused, they can handle it. Number 6. Week 16 at the Houston Texans. This game comes right after a physical matchup in Philadelphia. That's important, because teams tend to feel the impact of a brutal game like that for a full week after. Houston is no pushover, and on the road, late in the season, this becomes a serious challenge. It's the kind of game that tests your endurance. How deep can the Raiders dig after a grinded-out fight the week before? Number 5. Week 10 versus the Denver Broncos. Thursday Night Football. Short weeks are tough, plain and simple. No matter how good your game plan is, there's less time to recover, fewer reps in practice, and more pressure under the lights. When the Raiders face Denver on a Thursday night, it'll be a mental and physical test. The energy will be high, the margins razor thin. These are the games where execution means everything. As the season progresses, these are the kinds of matchups that will separate contenders from pretenders. And the Raiders. They have every reason to believe they belong on the top tier. We're now entering the toughest stretch of the Raiders' schedule, the matchups that demand everything: focus, fire, and flawless execution. Let's count down the top 4 most challenging games of the season. Number 4. Week 10 versus the Denver Broncos. Thursday Night Football. It's not just that it's a divisional game. It's a short week primetime showdown. 4 days of recovery time, minimal preparation. When you're on the road for Thursday night, you feel it: the travel, the tight schedule, the exhaustion. And when that game is outdoors, even tougher. The Raiders will need to bring raw intensity into Denver to pull out a win. And historically, short week road games give a clear edge to the home team. This one is a grinder. Number 3. Week 3 at the Washington Commanders. Washington is no longer a team to overlook. Coming off a run to the NFC Championship, they're hungry and ready to take the next step. This game is on their turf outdoors, hostile environment, and early in the season when teams are still settling in. But the Commanders won't be easing into anything. They're in all-out win-now mode and have strengthened both sides of the ball. For the Raiders, this game will be about toughness and setting a tone for the season. Number 2 and number 1 coming up, and you can bet they involve teams with championship pedigrees. These aren't just regular games. They're tests of who the Raiders are and who they want to become. We've made it to the final stretch, the true gauntlet of the Las Vegas Raiders 2025 season. These are the matchups that demand everything the silver and black have. Number 2. Week 18 versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Yes, there's a chance the Chiefs could rest their starters if they've already secured their playoff seeding, and that's the only reason this game isn't listed as the toughest. Historically, the Raiders have had more success at Arrowhead than when Kansas City visits Vegas. But let's not sugarcoat it. Even a Chiefs team at 75% is still a serious threat. The Raiders must come in focused, physical, and opportunistic. Number 1. Week 15 at the Philadelphia Eagles. This is the battle. The reigning Super Bowl champions. On the road, outdoors, in December. Everything about this screams difficulty. From the weather to the hostile crowd to the sheer power of Philly's roster. Add to that the fact that the Raiders will be coming off a bruising divisional clash with Denver just a week earlier. This is a gut-check game, plain and simple, but it's also a chance for this team to prove they belong among the NFL's elite. No doubt about it, the Raiders have one of the NFL's toughest schedules, but this isn't the same team as last year. This version has something to prove, and games like these are exactly how legacies are built in Vegas.